Guys, so I just got back from my doctor. We had my sort of monthly or every 6 weeks I go and kind of get my blood work taken for my thyroid and just sort of see where we're at. And it was very interesting because she just got back from a conference about thyroiditis and hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism and just all about the thyroid. Thyroiditis and hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism and just all about the thyroid. And oh, someone wants to come and say hello. Charlie, you want to say hi? Yeah. Bonk. 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 Ow. Anyway, so it was kind of interesting, and she's going at me turned on to a new book called The Toxin Solution. And so this book called The Toxin Solution has kind of like a diet in it to help rid you from some of the toxins in your life. A while ago, like about a year ago, we tested for toxins in my body, and I tested high for I think BPHA and styrene, which is really interesting because I don't actually use those things in my everyday life. And so it was kind of interesting. I swear to fucking God. So my doctor recommended reading a book called The Toxin Solution that talks about removing some toxins from your diet that could potentially disrupt your endocrine system and make those who've got thyroid issues or autoimmune disease sort of a little bit more vulnerable. Because I've got thyroid and some autoimmune issues, she asked me to look at this and said, you know, like there's a 9-week diet in there, it's about elimination and things like that, and said that it might be something I want to look at. So I'm going to get this book and read up on it, autoimmune issues. She asked me to look at this and said, you know, like there's a 9-week diet in there, it's about elimination and things like that, and said that it might be something I want to look at. So I'm going to get this book and read up on it. I would love to know if anybody else has either read this book, who've had, look at this little knuckle, just trying to get, oh girl, stop touching my computer. I can't with this one. I can't. Anyways, no. Charlie, no. So I'm going to look at this book and just see if, you know, I think this is something that I can do or something that I think would be beneficial to me, and see how it affects my thyroid. And the fact is that, you know, I look at everything that I'm doing. I talk to my doctor about everything that I do. I log, I track everything that I do and eat. And, you know, she says it all looks so good and that there's just no reason why I shouldn't be losing weight and shouldn't be just a little bit, you know, healthier and have my body match my lifestyle. And so that's something that we're diving into, and this is a problem that a lot of people have, and I'm just so lucky to have a doctor who cares and who is really willing to experiment with me and do some extra research on my behalf and figure out what might be my issue, because the fact is, when it comes to hormones and a lot of these issues, science just hasn't caught up. And we don't know everything about hormones, and we don't know everything about how each of these things affects the body. And I'm really lucky to have a doctor who's working with me to kind of experiment and see what works. So this is the next thing that I'm trying, and I will be doing it with the current sort of intuitive eating program that I have. But yeah, so stay tuned. We'll see how that goes. So if anyone has read The Toxin Solution or has autoimmune disease and found what works for them, or who's struggled with some of the same things that I've struggled with and that I mentioned, I would love to hear from you. I want to know what worked for you and see if maybe, you know, it's kind of a match for what I'm going through, and see if there's any advice or tips on on what I can do. So hit me up. I'd love to hear from you. If you are struggling with anything, I'd love to hear about that as well. And yeah, just send me a message and let's connect. I hope to talk to you guys again soon. Thanks. Bye.